Hello, I'm James Curry with the Communication Department here at MCHD, and I'm talking to Andrea Portis. And the reason why we're talking is August is Breastfeeding Awareness Month, and she is one of our peer counselors in the WIC program. So I've already given you the good introduction, so tell me a little bit about what you do.
Okay, I am one of the week peer counselors, and what I do is I call moms and I encourage them to breastfeed once they sign up for WIC. We call them and ask them, do you know what you're going to have, where you're going to deliver? And then our main question is, how do you plan to feed your baby?
Could you maybe mention just a little bit about why breastfeeding is so important and why we're taking the whole month of August to kind of bring some awareness to it?
Breastfeeding is so important because it is the most organic. We have a lot of moms who use formula who talk about the issues that they have with formula, especially during this pandemic. They can't find formula. They have to keep changing formula. But when you breastfeed, you're already prepared. When you get ready to leave, in the case of an emergency, in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of a hurricane, all you need is clothes and diapers because you're breastfeeding and your milk is right there. You don't have anything to prepare.
That's smart. Yeah, like you had mentioned, during this pandemic, but we're also in hurricane season too. So can you
In the middle
maybe
of a
touch a little
hurricane
bit?
season,
Yeah.
when you lose power and people that are using formula, they can't prepare it, they can't heat it. Whereas when you're breastfeeding, it doesn't matter if you do have power or not because it's coming directly from you. It's already temperature set because it's lukewarm, it's coming out of your body.
Now I know that there's a lot of myths and rumors out there on the internet about pros and cons of breastfeeding. So is there any myths that you've heard from moms that you've had to dispel as you've when you have spoken to them, counseled them?
A lot of moms, they will say, well, my mother wasn't able to breastfeed, my sister wasn't able to breastfeed, so I won't be able to breastfeed. And what I explain to them is every pregnancy is different, every mom is different, and just because that mom couldn't do it doesn't mean that you can't do it. And what I encourage them to do is give it an honest try, because while you're there in the hospital, you have nurses, you have doctors, you have lactation consultants that are able to assist you while you're there.
Um, I had some questions written down for you to ask you. Let me look at my notes here for 1 second. Now, you've been here at the health department for a while. Can you maybe touch a little bit on your experience with how long you've been here and how long you've been doing this as peer counseling?
Now, I've been here with the health department for 9 years doing breastfeeding counseling as a WIC peer counselor. I have three girls. They are 16, 12, and 10. I exclusively breastfed all three of them. I had three totally different experiences, but I had three wonderful experiences. I had no problems with breastfeeding. And as a young mom, I didn't know what I was doing with the first baby, the second baby, or the third baby. But I had a lot of help from the hospital and then through the Mobile County Health Department.
And now you're here, so it's kind of full circle, right?
It is, it is. And even though my kids are very young, they hear me say all the time, when you get old enough to start having children with a husband, I want you to breastfeed. They know when we're out and about, if I see moms in a restaurant, the first thing I'm going to ask is, are you breastfeeding? Or if I see a mom that is breastfeeding, I go and encourage them, hey, you're doing an awesome job. You're doing a wonderful job. Because most of the time I'm going to see them out in public. And, a lot of times breastfeeding moms are shamed to breastfeed in public. But when I see these moms breastfeeding in public, I go and pat them on the back and offer them a word of encouragement.
That's great that you carry that support with you even at, past the end of your day here. So that's really great. We're fortunate to have someone here to be able to be that encourager for someone. Um, so I had another question for you. I know that you all are limited right now. You're not seeing people in person because of COVID. So how are you able to continue on helping the people that you've been counseling?
We do a lot of phone calls, and I let my moms know you can call at any time. And our hours are not just limited to 7:30 to 4:30. We have cell phones, work cell phones. They can call us after hours with emergency calls. And sometimes what what they deem as an emergency may not be an emergency to us, but it's after hours. And sometimes it's just they're second guessing themselves. I don't think my baby's getting enough because I just fed my baby at 8:30 and here it is 9:15 and they want to eat again. And we let them know, no, you breastfeed on demand. The baby will come off when the baby is full. And sometimes they just need to hear a common voice.
Mhm. Wow, I didn't know you kept those kind of hours. That's pretty impressive. So thank you very much for being available like that to moms. So could you give the number, your desk number, where people could get in touch with you during the day?
I can be reached at 251-410-4386. And if I don't answer the phone, I encourage you to leave a message because I will return your phone call in a timely manner.
Well, thank you for your time. What a great conversation. I learned a little bit about you all just don't take normal, daytime hours because, I mean,
Right.
baby has to feed all the time. So that's great that you're available and that service is available for our patients and our customers. But thank you again for giving us the information that you have. And if anybody has any questions, they can just give you a call. I've got it written down here, 251-410-4386.
That is correct.
Thank you, Andrea.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.